I have a manager, Leo Karolinsky. Without him, I like without hands, without eyes, without ears, you know, he basically, not basically, he's a right person. And I'm very happy that we're working together between our business. We have also friendship, you know.
I'm traveling with Andrei most of the time 1 day or 2 days before the fight, just as a support. He listens to my advices sometimes about life and things like that. I'm not getting involved about training and strategy for the fight. I'm not a coach. And the other thing I came out with idea is to be a flagman. I create different flags for every fight. Different sizes, that's from the last fight. One side Belarus flag, one side is the United States flag. Andrei is very religious person. So before I went to Israel, he gave me a letter to put in a Western Wall for a good, successful fight. He had a fight with Bonatello back then. And which I did. I went to the Western Wall and put my notes and his letter, and then I handed the letter to God because it took only about 20 seconds and he won the fight.
I'm a policeman. I have a foot patrol on Rush Street, downtown Chicago, and Andrei had gotten in a small fender bender with a cab driver. If you've ever ridden with Andrei, you know he's as aggressive of a driver as he is a fighter. And just a small fender bender, and I helped him out, and we became friends. As a friend, is very loyal. He's like really the nicest guy. Everybody thinks he's so scary and big and mean, and he is when he has to be. But what you probably don't know about him is he has a great sense of humor. He's so funny.
I'd say the craziest thing that he's ever done to me personally was when he bet me $5,000 to get in the octagon and fight somebody. Now I'm far from a fighter. I'm 5'0", I have no reach, I have no speed, I have no skill, but I figured $5,000, why not? So I train for a month, I go in, and I do pretty well. At the end of the fight, he hands me an envelope and he's like, good job. So he leaves, he had to go. He was in a hurry. So I'm leaving, I'm in pain. I lost, but again, I did well. I open it up and it's 5,000 Belarusian rubles, which is equivalent to, I think, like $1.50. So I call him up and he says, I told you 5 G's.
Pretty much on every trip, it's like free game and there's prank wars on every trip. It's a Friday night, we're all out to eat, big table of us. The whole team Pitbull crew was there, and we all ordered our steaks, and the lady's driving the cart around. And Morton's, they show you all the steaks on a platter. They have a huge live lobster on a platter. Well, Andrei crawls around behind the table, disappears, crawls behind the table, goes up on one of the carts, takes this huge lobster off that's alive. His claws are wrapped up. Sneaks back on the ground. He's like army crawling through the restaurant with this lobster in his hand, and comes up quietly over Dino's right shoulder. And Dino's talking. He's in the middle of a big story, and he looks to the left, and he looked at this lobster for about 5 seconds and just screamed and jumped out of the chair.
He's constantly scaring us. The last trip we went to in Florida, I bought him a Halloween mask, a clown mask, scary mask, so we could scare everybody. Well, here ends up, he's in my room. I'm watching TV. 20 minutes goes by. I'm with the remote control. He's behind a curtain. All of a sudden, he just pops up, screams, and grabs me. I just screamed. He got me good.
I've made several pieces of custom jewelry for Andrei. The medallion was the 4th piece that we started working on. And he came to the store with an idea that he wanted to encompass 2 different things of his personality. Of course, his fighting spirit, which is represented by Pitbull, and then him as his Logan, his personal self. We have about 5 carats of diamonds set in the crown The things, the red things, are made out of natural coral, and the red eye is made out of natural rubies. We also set black diamonds on the collar, and added, of course, the whole piece is made in white gold, about 250 grams of white gold, not counting the chain. So it's a substantial piece. It's quite heavy, and it's quite large.
First time when I did a mouthpiece with my Pitbull FANGS when I fought in UFC against Team Silla first time, and when people saw that mouthpiece, they went crazy, you know.
One day he came to me and he brought a picture of raging Pitbull, a face of raging Pitbull, and he said, that's the idea, that's what I want. But the most difficult part was to find somebody who can fabricate them. So I had to go through a series of interviews to dental labs, and finally I found one, and I was very satisfied with what they presented. A standard mouthpiece is kind of flat, it just covers all of the teeth. In Andrew's case, the fangs are much longer. Okay, they're bended and they're much longer and they're soft. So it doesn't interfere with his breathing, or he can bite and he can squeeze his teeth. So it doesn't interfere with his ability to function. I think Pitbull's image is great for Andrei. It kind of emphasizes his enormous power.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm Andrei's chef. I've been cooking for Andrei for a little less than a year. This is one of his favorite breakfasts. This is a breakfast quesadilla. The wrap here is a whole wheat, low carb, high fiber, very healthy wrap, and it's stuffed with scrambled eggs that have whole eggs and egg whites, also black beans, broccoli, and onions. I cook for Andrei 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch, 2 snacks per day, and he gets deliveries twice a week.
I met Andrei about 5 years ago through Dino Costeas, his jiu-jitsu trainer, and upon first meeting Andrei, I had heard about him from the UFC, and you first meet him and it's kind of like, oh, look at this big intimidating guy, but after getting to know Andrei, he's a prankster, he's full of jokes,
Pussycat.
Yeah. Usually when Andrei's training, very serious, he doesn't go out much, but when the fight's over, my phone's ringing, it's about 11 o'clock at night, hey, what's up, Andrei? Johnny, are we going out tonight? All right, Andrei, we're going out tonight. He'll get into his dancing groove, but yeah, he does his little shoulder thing, and he pops, and
it gets
back
more,
and forth.
then everything else starts moving.
And then he'll start getting the hips into it too, depending on who's around, who's watching, but yeah, Andrei starts busting some moves, and when he's boxing, and then he starts doing his little spin moves, and he starts popping the shoulders. Yeah, girls love it.
He's a hot commodity, so he does have a lot of attention, and we're taking applications.
Guys want to be like Andrei, and girls want to be with Andrei, and that's what makes you a superstar, and that's why he's so big in the sport.
Every sport needs a hero, and he's truly become one of those. Simply, here's a guy that came to the United States from a different country, and seized an opportunity to develop into one of the top athletes in the sport. And we're just fortunate enough to call him our friend.
Who's next? Can Arlovski do what no man has done before? Fedor Emelianenko, Andrei Arlovski, Day of Reckoning. Saturday, January 24th, live at the Honda Center in Anaheim. Call Ticketmaster now or log on to Ticketmaster.com.